Okay everybody, this is Mooney-Dashcam. We are in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. We're going to be going to the Motion Lounge where Dominick Napolitano, also known as Sonny Black, had his social club. We're going to be talking about his death and his involvement with Donnie Brasco, the very well-known Donnie Brasco, who was an undercover FBI agent that infiltrated the Bonanno crime family. So let's flip this around and get into it. The address of the Motion Lounge that we're going to right now is 420 Graham Avenue. And then right across the street was another social club called Wither Italian American War Veterans Club at 415 Graham Avenue. So that's where we're heading now. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mooney-cam. I do have a picture of Sonny Black's dead body that will be on there when this video is up, so go over there and check that out. I cannot put that on YouTube, even though it's a pretty obscure looking picture. Don't forget to leave suggestions for future videos in the comments. I very much appreciate that. And also hit the notification bell so you guys see exactly when I post a new video. Let's let this car pass by. I'm in this industrial area so nobody bothers me. And then I get bothered. Come on, Honda. What are we doing here? You know I'm trying to film. Alright, so FBI agent Donnie Brasco, whose real name is Joe Pistone, was tasked with infiltrating the Bonanno crime family starting in 1976 and lasting 6 years until 1981. If you couldn't tell, I'm a little bit sick. It's not going to affect your content at all unless you don't like hearing my voice like this. But I like hearing my voice like this. It was the most successful FBI undercover investigation for organized crime. He posed as a jewel thief, moving up the ranks, eventually getting very close with Bonanno captain Dominick Napolitano, known as Sonny Black. Sonny and Donnie Brasco are hanging out all the time. They're doing business together. They're becoming very close friends. Sonny even lets him sleep at his apartment from time to time that was above the Motion Lounge. And even on top of that apartment, he had a pigeon coop. He was very into his pigeons. He had racing pigeons, like award-winning pigeons and stuff like that. In 1997, many of you may already know, but they made a movie all about this. A lot of the scenes were actually shot in Greenpoint, which is like the town over from here, the city over from here, whatever you call it. So yeah, at one point, Donnie Brasco starts to feel like more of a gangster. Like he stops communicating well with the FBI. He's like not really reporting where he is with them. Now, Sonny Black ran one of the most successful crews in the Bonanno crime family. They were dealing in burglary, bank robbing, loan sharking, hijacking, bookmaking, extortion, casino operations. He had a casino in Florida, and drug trafficking. And he had a very big crew. I'll just name some names from his crew. You have Benjamin Lefty Ruggiero, Nicholas Santora, John Cersani, Frank Lino, Patrick DiFilippo. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Joseph Gammarano. So Sonny Black liked Donnie Brasco so much, he was pushing for him to get made. So in July of 1981, they wanted Donnie to commit a murder for them. And they actually wanted him to kill Bruno Indelicato, also known as Whack Whack. They wanted him killed because his father was part of the three capos murder, one of the people killed, and they didn't want him to retaliate for his father's death, which was very possible. So right when they asked Donnie Brasco to carry out a murder, the FBI instantly has to do something about it because obviously they can't have an FBI agent murdering somebody. So they have to swoop in and stop the whole operation. Now, 2 days after the operation is stopped, 3 agents go to the Motion Lounge that we're going to right now and sit down with Sonny Black. I could have went, but why do I gotta make someone's day more annoying? So they go to the Motion Lounge and sit down with him and explain to him that Donnie Brasco is not a gangster and he was an FBI agent the whole time. And he was like in shock. Him and his crew, there's actually a picture of them outside the lounge, like a little bit looking flustered, like not really believing what they were hearing. And then I believe Sonny Black went up to his pigeon coop and he was pictured up there, maybe trying to get his mind together of what exactly was going on, because he really didn't believe. He was very, very close friends with Donnie Brasco. So that was on July 24th that they went to the Motion Lounge and broke the news to him. And Donnie Brasco at that point was an associate. So this was a big deal that they got this guy this deep in the mafia to where he was almost a made man. I didn't really understand why the FBI would go in and just tell him that Donnie Brasco was an informant, was an FBI agent, and like leave him be after that. It didn't make much sense to me. Then I thought about it a little bit, and they might have done it just to mess with him, just to stir the pot in the mafia, which they do. They will create beefs, make people hate each other. It's a common thing that law enforcement do and the feds do. They might have wanted him to cooperate, saying, listen, we had this guy, this intimate member of your crew, talking to us this whole time. You should just talk yourself. So now Sonny Black knows exactly what comes after this information getting out. He knows he's going to be killed. He's an old school gangster, and he knows the consequences of what he did. He let somebody into the Bonanno family that he knows is going to cause more damage than almost anybody has ever caused in a major crime family ever. So he pretty much accepts his fate, and he gets called for a meeting, which he knows he's going to be killed at. So August 14th, he goes to the Motion Lounge, which is up here, a couple blocks up here. Goes to the Motion Lounge, takes off his Rolex and his couple of gold rings, and gives the keys to the apartment and the pigeons to his favorite bartender there. And he says, I'm going on a meeting that I'll probably never come back from. Do I pull up in this bus stop? Because it's right here on the corner. Ooh, wow, hit the curb there. All right, we're in the bus stop. All right, let's hope I don't get a ticket right here. But we all know the cops wouldn't dare. Say hi to the truck, by the way. All right, right up here in the next corner is where the Motion Lounge was, where the FBI came in. We're on the top. He had his pigeon coop. It's that red building on the corner. Then right across the street, the white building, was the other social club that he had. The Wither Italian American War Veterans Club. So they're both his social clubs. His apartment was above this one. All right, continuing on with the story. So, August 17th, 1981, Sonny was called for a meeting, and this was all orchestrated on the orders of Joe Pistone. So it was really this whole building. The door was on the corner right here, right there, and then there's this door really says 420 now, but it was the whole building here. And then, like I said, across the street, that's 415. So he gets called for the meeting. He knows exactly what's about to go down. He gets picked up from a Bay Ridge steakhouse by Frank Lino and Stevie Beef Canone, a Bonanno captain. Right down there's actually a nice, very good deli sandwich spot. Right on that corner. Go across the street. I know there's people in the offices there, so I don't really want to be recording like their faces through the windows, but they'll think I'm weird no matter what. Oh, I wish this tree wasn't here. Let me tell you, recording in the winter has its benefits. He gets taken to Ron Filicomo's father's house. That guy's nickname was Monkey Man. He famously had a monkey that he would hang out with and bring around. At the house when they pulled up was Frank Copa and Robert Lino. He's taken into the basement. The bar. He's taken into the basement. The door is locked behind him, and Frank Lino grabs him by the shoulder and pushes him down the steps into the basement. I was starving one day. I accidentally stumbled upon this place. The place was amazing. Now we'll cross back around. Just figured I'd show you guys the neighborhood a little bit. So he gets pushed down the steps. They have 38 revolvers. Robert Lino shoots him twice and then his gun jams. Sonny says, famously, "Hit me one more time, make it good." He wanted to die like a true gangster. He knew he was going to die. He didn't hide, he didn't run. He said, "I'm taking it. I made a mistake. I fucked up. I got what's coming to me." Just like he's probably done in the past to other people. Right after he says that, another person shoots him with the final bullets, killing him. Frank Lino then brought out keys. I don't know what keys that were mentioned that he brought out, but he brings them out to Joe Pistone, who's waiting outside in a van, who actually followed them all the way there in a van. Okay, there's pictures from outside this place. All the gangsters hanging out. Let's go around the other side. Now, a year later, they find his body in Arlington, Staten Island. They find it in a creek, badly decomposed, and that is the picture that I have of him. No way. Second time today I'm going to see cars touching bumpers. Ooh, that's very close. So they find him there, and he was actually so badly decomposed they needed to use dental records to figure out who it was. And they also thought his hands were sawed off, and the media kind of ran with that. But it seems like actually they were just a little bit decomposed, and maybe some animals bit at them. Like the tips of the fingers, maybe down to the knuckles, were off. But like I said, people assumed they were cut off, but it seemed like they were eaten down, chewed down. I actually locked the truck this time. You guys all surprised? Let's get back in here and finish the rest of this story. At this point, you guys won't let me forget the outfit check, so here it is. I got that thing on me. Many of you mentioned in the last video that I had got a perm or did highlights to my hair. My hair is naturally highlighted from the sun. You see the ends there, they're light. And if I don't touch it at all, it's curly. So I didn't get a perm. I just figured I'd clear that up. It seemed like a big topic in the comments in the last video. I figured I'd mention it for fun. Why not? Okay, so continuing on with this story. So like I said, they needed dental evidence to confirm that it was the body. And then in the year 2000, the FBI actually admitted that they were a little bit doubtful on the identity of the corpse that they found. And at one point, there was even talks of digging up the body from the cemetery, and the daughter like highly went against it, which I completely understand. Donnie Brasco's undercover work led to over 200 indictments and over 100 convictions. Like I said, it was the most successful undercover FBI investigation ever in history. After this, a $500,000 reward was put on Joe Pistone's head if you killed him. The FBI made it very, very clear to all of the heads of the mafia that if they were to actually kill him, there would be hell to pay. So he's fine. He's living with his wife and 3 daughters in an undisclosed location currently. This situation got the Bonannos kicked out of the commission. Frank Lino helped put 12 or more guys in prison in his 8 years that he was locked up. He obviously flipped when he was in jail. Ron Filicomo got 20 years in 2004 for all this. Sonny Black was 51 years old when he was killed. I read somewhere that he had he ran a crew of over 500 soldiers, but I don't think that's right at all. I don't even know if there were 500 members in the Bonanno crime family at that time. So I might be wildly off on that one, but that's just a slightly educated guess here. Pretty crazy story of kind of the most well-known FBI agent going undercover in the mafia. You guys have all seen the movie. And just to add this at the end here, I never saw it. Bye.